Today, a viewer asked a question about a grammatical issue that plagues many. It caused me a lot of grief before I finally learned its application and a way to be certain I was using the right word at the right time. But language is a work in progress and is ever evolving. Today, this grammar issue seems to be ignored more than it's followed. But first, let's learn the right way, and then I'll give you some information about what the experts say. Hi, my name is Patricia Charpentier, and welcome to episode 110 of the Life Writers Vlog, where you can find inspiration and useful tips to help you write your life stories. The two little words that have invited many red marks on my writing, especially when I was in school, are who and whom. Maybe you experience the same thing, not knowing when to use one or the other. Here are the details. Both who and whom are pronouns. Who serves as a replacement for the subject of a sentence or phrase. Whom serves as a replacement for the object of a sentence or phrase. Great, that clears everything up, right? Yeah, I doubt it. Here's an example. Who is the person for whom I need to look? Who is the person for whom I need to look? In this sentence, who is serving as the subject and whom is the object? A trick that's helped me use the right word at the right time is to answer a simple question. If you can replace the word with he or she, use who. If you can replace the word with him or her, use whom. Also, most of the time, but not always, whom needs a preposition in front of it. For whom, to whom. Here's an example. She is the person for whom I'm looking. She is the person for whom I'm looking. If I flip that sentence and make it, I am looking for her, then that lets me know I should use whom instead of who, because I can replace it with her. Here's another example. Jake is someone who loves his dog more than his wife. Sad situation. Jake is someone who loves his dog more than his wife. Following our test, this needs to be who. He loves his dog more than his wife. Another example, Shirley is the one at work whom I like the most. So what you can do there is I like her the most. I like she the most wouldn't work. When you need to put her or him, then you would need to use whom. Shirley is the one at work whom I like the most. Now, do you need to adhere to this who versus whom rule in all your writing? Grammatically, it's correct to use who and whom, as I've outlined here. But in today's more relaxed use of language, many are dropping this who versus whom distinction. I correct newscasters and actors I watch on TV all the time because their usage is not grammatically correct. To many, using whom makes their writing sound too fussy, highbrow, or unnatural. Even Merriam-Webster says to trust your instincts and listen to what sounds the best. Now, Chicago Manual of Style, which is the creative writer's guide, is more strict and holds to using whom when it's appropriate. Will I continue to use whom? Probably so, at least until it's eliminated altogether. But what should you do? In dialogue, use whatever the person would normally say. Speech should sound natural, and it's not always grammatically correct. But know the rules before you break them. Know what's grammatically correct before you decide to who when it should be whom. Don't use whom only to sound fancy. Make it a conscious, deliberate choice in deciding which word to use. So tell me about you. What do you think? Do you currently use whom when it's grammatically called for? Will you continue to use whom where appropriate? How does using whom in this way impact your work? Or are you a straight up who kind of writer and use it all the time? If so, why do you use it in all instances? What do you think using who adds to your writing? Tell us about your approach to this ticklish grammar situation. But whether you're a whoer or a whomer, remember the only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. The only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. Until next time, everybody, happy writing.
Don't miss the next episode. Sign up to be notified of future posts and upcoming events. Use the buttons below to share this episode on social media or with a friend who might like it. If you enjoyed this week's episode, you will love our Life Writers membership. Whether you don't know where to start writing your life stories, have started and stopped many times, or have been writing but want to receive feedback to make your stories better, the Life Writers membership is where you need to be. We have a Get Started roadmap, an extensive library of instructional videos, live events via Zoom, and a supportive and active community. If you want to take the stories that live in your heart and mind and put them into words on the page, check out Life Writers at lifewriters.us.